All right. So we are live. We are good. I will just say that. We'll see if some people get on. I definitely like using StreamYard better, though, than Facebook. I feel like the quality of the pictures.
Yeah. A lot of stores use the StreamYard, which is really nice. It seems to be, and there's no trouble getting on, which is amazing.
Yeah, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll have to introduce you to my dog down here because you'll probably hear him whining, but this is Rolly.
Oh, hi.
This camera's so like.
Oh, hi. Oh my gosh.
Outside.
There.
So kind of the reason why we opened this store. But he's 8.
Oh my goodness.
Then I have another dog down here. He's too big to pick up, so I'm not going to pick him up. But yeah,
that's so sweet.
Yeah. All right.
What a cutie.
I'll have to introduce you to Brad. Do you want to say hi to Tammy with SuperSnouts?
Hi, buddy.
Bye, guys. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, there's Brad. And he's normally at this location, at the West location, and we decided to both hop on together and be here together. So that way, while during our lunch and learn, if we have people come in or the phone rings, Brad's going to take care of it.
Perfect. That sounds great.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started.
Awesome.
It's noon, and so we appreciate you joining with us for these new live series that we have going on. And Tammy, I'll let you introduce yourself, but everyone that's watching, we are going to be talking today about SuperSnouts and their water-soluble chews that they have for your pets. And so Tammy is the expert in all things SuperSnouts. And so I'm excited to learn more from her and just hear what they're doing in the industry and how their products are very beneficial for your pets. So
yeah.
Why don't you just tell us like how long you've been with SuperSnouts and what you do for SuperSnouts?
Yeah, thanks for having me first and foremost. So I'm Tammy. I am the National Sales Director for SuperSnouts, hemp company, and then all of the umbrella companies we have as well. So Dig In, Stash is our treat line, and then SuperSnouts is our supplement line that doesn't have hemp. I have been in the pet industry for about 14 years, mostly in the raw pet food segment. And then I just transitioned with this company at the beginning of the year. So I'm coming up on my year. I've learned so much. Christy and Don Love are the owners of our company. And the reason why I love our products so much is the innovation. So CBD can be super, super confusing. It's a really overwhelming segment, I think, for pet parents when they come into the store to understand, okay, how is this product different than this product? And really, how am I getting the most for what I'm paying for? And that's something that, Christy and Don are very passionate about is the innovation of CBD, but also really having pet parents get what they're paying for. And I think that in this segment is something hopefully everyone watching walks away with, is that understanding how SuperSnouts CBD is different in its platform.
Right.
So,
yeah.
So a little bit, if I can jump into it, or unless you have a question. Okay, very good. So a couple things that make us a little bit different is we do remove 100% of our THC. So legally in hemp products, you can have 0.3% THC. At SuperSnouts, we remove all of it. And for us, we know that our pets, our dogs and cats are much more sensitive. And so we decided to completely remove all of that THC. So that's one of the biggest things. You'll also see on everything that we do, like we're going to have a QR code.
Okay.
Gosh, this camera's so bad. I'm like going this way and that way.
I'm confused too.
Yeah. So
the QR code.
Yep. So the QR code is going to take you, once you have that setting on your phone, it's going to take you right to the test results for every single batch. So it's going to be raw material and finished product. And that's something that's really important in choosing a CBD for you or your pets, is understanding that you want to see the raw material tests as well as the finished product. So that's something that's really, really important. All of our products, we aren't putting temperature to. So this is where this kind of it plays a big role. When you put heat to CBD, or really any nutritional supplement, you're degrading the integrity of the product. So all of our chews, I will get the hang of how this camera is working here today. All of our chews are cold pressed. So this is something that's important, is that this isn't like a standard dog biscuit that has CBD in it. It's actually a nice cold pressed little soft chew. The product itself, if you have a smaller dog, is really nice and easy to break apart. It doesn't crumble into 1,000 pieces. My dog, they're just like a treat. She's like, oh my gosh, like I could eat all of them. So it ends up not being like medicine or putting an oil in your dog's mouth.
Yeah.
So that's a few things that make us different. The biggest one is our water soluble technology. And so this is something as a company we're like the most proud on. We hang our hat on this, is the difference that we create with our water soluble technology.
Yeah.
And so I do have a demo that I would love to do for everybody watching. That kind of explains, like, you can get a good visual of how it processes. So the difference between a standard CBD oil and something that's water soluble is the CBD oil becomes hydrophobic. So if your pet can't hold that oil into the lining of their mouth for the 90 seconds, really it's going into the stomach and it's hanging out. It's not getting processed, and then they're passing it. So when we look at a standard oil, it becomes about 10 to 12% bioavailable to your pet, which is really, I mean, it's expensive. The CBD oil is something that's very expensive. And so as a company, we're like, how can we get something that's more bioavailable? And that is through the water soluble technology. It's able to process through the gut and liver. So as a good example, an oil would be something if I need it immediately, right? My dog is having some aggression, my dog is having a seizure. That's something where you want to choose an oil. It's going to take about 15 minutes just to start working. With the water soluble products, those are going to take about 30 to 40 minutes. Because it does process through the gut and liver. And I'll show you what I'm talking about now that I've kind of given you a little heads up. So I have 2 glass jars of water, and this is going to mimic the gut and liver of our pets. So I have 2 of these. They're identical. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some CBD oil into one of them. And this is going to mimic exactly what happens when your pet swallows the CBD oil, or you yourself. Let's say maybe you're giving it to an adolescent or something. They're like, oh, I don't want to hold this in my mouth. You're going to be able to see this. It's going to look like it's dancing on top of my jar. Can you see that?
Yeah, water.
So what's happening is this is never, I'm going to simulate some activity here. And you're going to notice that my water and oil separate again. So when you are administering an oil, it's not that bioavailable. So this is going to come back to the top. I'm going to show you what our water soluble CBD looks like.
Okay.
So this is what our water soluble CBD looks like. Can you see that very well? It's like a powder, but it is tiny, tiny oil droplets. And so I'm going to grab my new jar.
That's what goes into the juice.
It goes into the chews, it goes into the peanut butter, it goes into the gel caps. So yes, it's definitely a fun product because you're getting more bioavailability and some of those really cool ways of like using peanut butter to help your pet relax. So this is my water soluble CBD.
Okay.
You can see that it's already processing in what I'm symbolizing here is my gut and liver. I'm going to go ahead and shake it up and try not to get my whole computer wet. So this is what water-soluble CBD is doing. It's going into the gut and liver. It's 8 times more bioavailable than a standard CBD oil. So when I pick up my jar of oil, you can see I've got it just dancing on the top here, where water soluble is actually getting processed. So the cool part about this is this technology isn't something that's new. Human supplements actually use water soluble. And so Christy and Don are like, okay, well, if this is something that's more bioavailable, it's in human supplement products, like why can't we make CBD with it? And so we are one of the only companies who does do water soluble. And you end up getting what you pay for. You're getting something that is processing, and you're going to see results from that product.
Yeah. Yeah. And isn't, maybe you said this earlier, but isn't like our pet's body 60% or 60 to 80% water, which is why like this has more max absorption, because their bodies and our bodies are more.
Yes. Water. That is absolutely correct. And so I think that when you look at, it going and having to process, it's that old standard of oil and water don't mix. So this goes along with things like, someone having a CBD biscuit, right? You put a high temperature to a biscuit, and it's CBD oil that's in there. So not only have you, denatured the CBD, you've now put it in a biscuit where the pet's eating it and it's going into the gut and liver and not processing, not the max absorption that you would want from something you're spending a lot of money for. And so that's why I really love our line, is that even pet parents who have been using an oil, they'll use one of the soft chews, and it is like, what is in this? Because it's actually, they're seeing better results with having just changed to a water-soluble CBD.
Okay. Yeah. And do you want to talk about now, so we have several different options here at the shop. So we have the plain Jane, we have the hemp and shroom for people watching, we have the chill out. We have SuperSnouts pumpkin latte, which is a little different, not necessarily a CBD, but we can talk about that later. Yeah. And we have the chill out spread. We have the peanut butter as well. So do we want to talk about those individually and like how each one's different, how they target like different areas for our pets?
Yeah, so there's different uses of why you would want to choose each one of these products. I'll start with the plain Jane, because this one is a really nice water-soluble soft chew. It has 5 milligrams of the water-soluble CBD in each chew. So that is something that if a customer, one of the pet parents watching, you're like, I want to incorporate CBD, but I may have already a great joint product I love, or a great, maybe like immune support product I love. That is something where just adding CBD, that's going to be your daily use of getting that into the system with the most bioavailable product. Okay. So that's a daily, that's just, I want to try CBD. My pet is having issues. It might be inflammation. It might be something with skin and coat irritation. So it's just a really nice daily product to use.
That's a good one for this time of year. I've been having a lot of people come in and use the self-wash station, because they're like, my dogs are constantly itching and scratching dry, flaky skin. And that's good to know that this could, essentially kind of help repair. Sure, you could maybe say help with allergies, help with itching and stuff like that.
Yep. So it's a very nice all around, just catching, I want to try CBD.
Yeah.
The other one is, so I'll go to the hemp and shroom. Okay. And this one was called the immune support. And we realized pet parents are probably like, what is immune support? What does this mean? So it's now called hemp and shroom. So this one, again, is the 5 milligrams of water-soluble CBD per chew. Okay. And then what we've done is we've actually added our 7 blend of organic medicinal mushrooms from our Super Shroom in our SuperSnouts line. And we've added that along with the CBD. There's also 100 milligrams of astragalus root, which help balance the immune system. So this is the really cool thing. I actually love this product. It is my personal favorite. when you look at mushrooms, most people are like, okay, I don't understand why I'm going to use mushrooms for my pet. Like, what are the benefits?
Mm-hmm.
So with mushrooms, they're actually immunomodulators. So what does that mean? So if you have a dog who's got crazy allergies, right? That means their system is way overreacting. They're having a flare up. It's their system's immune system is really out of whack. If you have a dog or cat that has, let's say, an immune compromised, they've been diagnosed with some kind of immune system issue where it's compromised,
Right.
that is suppressive. So what mushrooms are going to do is they're going to take that if your dog is high or low and bring it back into balance, which is a really lovely, lovely product. So this one is great if someone comes in and they're like, my dog has allergies and they are freaking out and they're itching everywhere. They're getting hot spots. So that is another great one. It is a fantastic product. So that's why, one of the main reasons in which you'd want to use mushrooms. They're full of beta glucans, which is fantastic for helping with cancer cell death and just overall health of the immune system.
Okay. And like, talk about the palatability of these then. So if you're talking about like mushrooms and those kind of ingredients, like
Yeah.
what it tastes like for them? Is this something that dogs are going to take really easily?
They are. They're all beef liver based. So they don't have a unique smell or anything to each one of them, I don't think. Maybe the hempen joint that has the green lip mussel in there. But as far as palatability, they are highly, highly palatable. It's a really nice soft chew. So for older dogs, if they, it's not a crunchy biscuit or treat, it's a nice, nice soft chew that most dogs find as a treat, actually.
Okay.
The next one I'll do is the hemp and joint product. So this one is one of our top sellers. So this one is fantastic. So we've incorporated in each chew, you're getting, again, that 5 milligrams of water soluble CBD, but you're also getting 300 milligrams of green lipped mussel in every chew. So that is a fantastic, green lip mussel is amazing because what it does is it actually works through omega-3 fatty acids, and it actually works to focus on the synovial fluid, the connective tissue around that joint, and help decrease that inflammation and start healing that area. So that is a wonderful, wonderful anti-inflammatory. If anyone has a dog, my dog has hip dysplasia, and she's got degenerative arthritis already starting. And so for her, that's something that I use on a daily basis for her. I had a friend who used that product. Her dog just had, the luxating patella surgery. They had that fixed. And she put her on the hemp and joint and has done amazingly well. So that's a really nice, you've got joint issues, you want to try hemp and joint.
Yeah. Do you notice like a change in mobility like pretty quickly with this stuff? Like, I mean, do you notice it within a couple of days? Like how soon would maybe you start to see changes in your dog's activity?
I think that you're going to want on a minimum to give it for 2 weeks. Before you really, because what happens is the CBD, it needs to get into the system. So you want to keep a nice level of the CBD, and then that helps to allow the green lip mussel to start working more effectively as well. So it's like a power punch. Some people might see notice a difference after a week, but I would really say for me would be an entire jar. Okay, what does it look like now that I've given an entire jar? But they should start to see some differences around that 2-week mark.
Okay. And I might know the answer to this question already, but some of the supplements I've seen that we sell, like you have to increase the dosage for the first like few days that you use it or the first few weeks that you use it. Does SuperSnouts need you to increase that dosage, or should you just go off of what the label says?
Yeah, so there is some of our supplements that aren't CBD based. So like our super shrooms, that you're going to want to do a loading dose for the first 10 days.
Okay.
And so with these products, we're kind of amping it up already with including the CBD. You can give more if you choose to, or you can follow the dosing guidelines. So, like for me, when I know my dog is having an issue, I will dose her higher. When I can tell, like, okay, she's doing well, I'll dose her to like a 50-pound dog.
Oh,
So you can kind of play around with the doses. CBD is not something that your pet or you can overdose on. So there's no such thing as a pet overdosing on CBD.
I guess. Good. And
Mhm.
hopefully, like even with people that are maybe on certain prescriptions for their dogs and things like that, or if it's allergy related or they're doing steroid shots, like,
Mhm.
hopefully if they try some of the super snout stuff and they're finding that it's effective, have you found that a lot of times people can take their pets off of those prescriptions in place of the CBD supplements, and can you take them at the same time? Can people take their prescription
Yeah.
pets prescriptions and CBD and that
Yep.
be
So,
paired
yeah,
together?
not be panicked. You always want to have your, pet parents consulting their veterinarian when they are adding something. So let me start by saying that, like, you want to make sure that you're doing so, just to make sure there's not a contraindication between some medicine they may be on.
Right.
Um, and that's where a good thing comes along, where if your vet's like, okay, no CBD, but you're like, okay, what about the mushroom part of this for being on an allergy med? In that sense, the veterinarian is probably going to say, "Yep, you can do a supportive supplement."
Gotcha.
It just depends on what their veterinarian has to say. But yes, most of the time, there's really not a contraindication between any kind of medicine and CBD.
Good. Okay.
Yep, yep. So, the other thing too is that if somebody who has allergies or they're saying, "Oh my gosh, I don't wanna start with CBD," that's where a lot of these things have other supplements that we make. So like the hemp and joint I was just talking about, that is a product we make called Joint Power, and it's 100% green-lipped mussel.
Okay.
There's no CBD in there. It's a nice powder you can put on the food. So there's other options that we have within our line if you're looking for something that doesn't have CBD.
Okay. No, that's good to know for us too. As
Yeah.
we're looking for like new products to bring in, and if people are watching and yeah, you're like, well, like, do you have any hemp-free supplements? Like knowing that you guys have other options, and the powder's nice too because you can just probably sprinkle that over the food, right?
Yes, it's
Over.
fantastic.
Okay.
So the mushrooms are great. Those are all powdered. We actually came out with a new turkey tail mushroom. And again, this is a supplement without CBD, but it's a lovely product for someone whose pet has been diagnosed with cancer.
Okay.
It's a wonderful supportive mushroom. It is something that they can take if a pet is on chemo, not on chemo. So it's a really, really nice supplement for people who may be suffering with, the diagnosis of their pet having cancer diagnosis.
Hmm. Have you
So
guys, is there research that shows that mushrooms can possibly shrink those tumors, or what are the benefits of the mushrooms for dogs with cancer?
yeah, so really the part is that it's actually helping to boost the immune system.
Okay.
So it would be a booster at that point of the immune system. But the other thing is mushrooms are well known that they have cancer. They create cancer cell death. So
Okay.
not necessarily maybe shrinking a tumor, but actually killing cells within the system that might be moving around or active.
Okay.
So it's a really, really lovely product. Our owner's dog has prostate cancer. He's had prostate cancer now for 21 months.
Hmm.
And he is in like a really nice holding pattern with his prognosis. And that's why we came up with the turkey tail, because that's something that they have used along with water soluble CBD to help, go from that 30 to 60 days to now 21 months later. So there's some really powerful things that benefits to water soluble CBD and mushrooms.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yep. Hmm.
What have we not talked about? I don't think we've talked about the chill outs, right?
Chill out. Yes, this is our number one seller, especially around 4th of July or the holidays. Yes. So Chill Out is, it has L-tryptophan, passion flower, chamomile, along with that water soluble CBD. This is my dog's banana pants. Like my dog cannot get in the car without having anxiety, can't go to the groomer. There's fireworks, thunderstorms. This is the product that you want to try. So as Brittany showed, we do have these little 6-count shooters.
Yes.
We have the little 6-count shooters in all of these, which is really nice if you're, a pet parent watching and you're like, oh my gosh, like maybe I'm not certain I want to buy a whole jar right away. This is a really nice way to introduce and see if your pet likes it, and the effects that it's going to have. So the Chill Out is something that is, I have on hand all of the time, especially when it's fireworks season, because I have a scaredy pants. So, yes, the Chill Out, fantastic product. That is something that can be used too for like separation anxiety. We do recommend that as something that is great for situational, but we do have people who do use that daily as well. Yeah. So all of these can be used daily, and you really do want to use them daily, and you really want to try to administer them twice a day.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we would give our dogs the Chill Outs for 4th of July anytime we're going to the vet because they get super nervous. And
yes,
now you have to you can't even
go in
to the vet.
Yes.
With your pets, so they're even more nervous. And then our dog Raleigh gets these, and other dogs will call the pet owners and ask, "Is it okay if we give your dog a Chill Out pill?" If they're displaying, a lot of nervousness about their grooms. So.
And the other cool thing is that if you're, looking for a different way to get CBD into your pet, and maybe not a chew or an oil. We have made the peanut butters, and I know Brittany has some of them at the store as well. The Nutty Dog is exactly like Plain Jane. So think of it just like that. So it's 240 milligrams of water-soluble CBD that's actually in an oil environment. So it's pretty crazy how the product, our owners were able to come up with this product idea. But suspended in there is 240 milligrams of water-soluble CBD. So for every tablespoon, there's 10 milligrams of water-soluble CBD. So this is great. Like if your pet has separation anxiety, you put them in their crate. You might want to shove some peanut butter in like a horn or on a lick mat. And the action of licking actually helps them relax and calms them down. So it's just a really nice, fun way of getting CBD into your pet's diet other than giving them a oil or a pill.
Yeah, there are a lot. We have like a lot of toys, like with those treat dispensing.
Yes.
We have the licky mats. Like we have all of those. So once it's open, is it pretty shelf stable?
It is. The shelf stableness on that, I think, is a year.
Okay.
So, and you can see from, you holding that, it is a natural peanut butter product.
Yeah,
so
like you can see the oil at the top.
You can see the oil. So there is coconut oil that's added, as well as just ground peanuts and then the CBD. So you don't have to worry about fake sugar. You don't have to worry about other crazy ingredients. So those are a really, really nice product. And then we have the Chill Out. And I think you guys carry that one as well. And so that's all the same ingredients as the chews. It's just in the peanut butter form.
Yeah.
Those are lovely. My dog loves them.
It's fun. It's fun to have on hand. It's different than an oil or a chew. And
it is.
You can lick it up. That stimulates them as well. If we put stuff on Raleigh's licking mat, it takes him like 15 minutes or so to clean it all up. And even after he's licked everything off, he's still licking the licky mat.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like an entertainment a little bit. Like I need a break for a second.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. And the Nutty Dog, I actually, because those are human, we manufacture at a human facility. I use the Nutty Dog on like my toast and stuff.
Oh my gosh, we need to try that.
Like it's really great with pretzels.
That's fun. Yeah, you chill too.
So that's another fun way is that you can have, you can share it with your pet.
Have to get down. What about the other thing? Let's talk about the balm. This is one thing because that's got hemp active ingredients in it as well. This is one thing like I'm not as familiar with. So, what can we tell people about the balm?
Yeah, so the balm is an oil. So there's 150 milligrams of CBD oil in that container. And your skin, your pet's, skin can absorb oil. So that is an oil base. It's fantastic for hot spots. Like I mentioned, my dog has hip dysplasia and arthritis. I will actually take a really nice chunk of that and I will massage it into her hips. And I have a boxer pit, so she doesn't have super crazy long hair. But I'll actually rub that into her hips, and you can tell that it's actually penetrating and giving some relief. You can put it on their nose, you can put it on the pads of their feet, on their belly. So somewhere where they don't have a lot of fur, if you do have a big fluffy dog.
Okay.
I don't have a fluffy dog and I'm okay with the odor of what it is. So it is okay for your pets to lick. So that I get that question a lot sorry, my dog's barking now. But it is a lot. That question comes up a lot is can my pet lick this? And yes, there's nothing in there that your pet, can't consume or digest.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's safe for them. Yeah.
Really nice one to have on hand. It's also great for human burns, by the way, like sunburn and.
I love it. It's like a double win for us too.
Right? I love that. Like I love the products when it's like I can use this too, and giving people like the idea, like because when they're like, well, this is a pet product, but in true, you can use it for yourself as well.
Yeah, I think that's like a testament too to the safety of the products, and I think I kind of forgot that it was made in you said a human grade facility.
Yeah, so all of the supplements are, nutraceutical. The peanut butter is made in a human facility. So everything that we do has like top safety. Again, with like our results for the CBD, any pet parent wants to make sure that they're looking at, test results and making sure whatever CBD they're choosing is that they're getting those 2 test results with raw material and finished product. And that's something that's just an integrity piece. That everybody should be giving to consumers for their pet and themselves.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You said that's your dog barking?
Yes, she's in the back, like protecting the house from the mailman, I'm sure.
Do you have one dog or a couple?
I have one. She's going to be 8 on Sunday. Yes, and she's a little boxer pit. So. Okay. Well, she's not so little anymore. She's pretty big. She's 70 pounds, but she's still my baby.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Do you need there you go. What about cat stuff? Do you have anything for my cat people watching that might be watching?
So nothing specifically that says just for cats, but everything we talked about today, cats can use. So there's a wonderful product that we make, and I don't know if you have it in store, but I do want to talk about it if there's cat people.
Go for it.
Urinary berry. And let me just show it to you because it's a super fun product for people who have cats who have crystals. So this can help with any kind of bladder, UTI, some crystals. So this is just 2 ingredients. It's organic blueberries and cranberries. And so there's PCAs in those berries, and what it does is it creates a mucal lining that goes into the bladder and urinary tract so that bacteria can't stick in there. So this is a nice product if you have cat people or dog watching, that this is something that's really nice to keep on hand.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Mm-hmm. Is that a powder, did you say?
It is. It's a powder. Yes. Yep. So anything that is like our SuperSnouts line, like not the hemp, they're all powders.
Okay.
So really nice and easy to administer.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about, because we do have one of your powder type supplements. It's the pumpkin latte that we got.
Yes.
And this has got some good immune functions to it. So you want to talk about how that can help their GI function?
Yeah, so the pumpkin latte is amazing. It has obviously pumpkin fiber is in there. It has some cinnamon, which is great for balancing like the blood sugar levels. It is when you mix it, it smells like you're making a Starbucks pumpkin latte. There is some dried goat's milk, so that's grass-fed goat's milk in there. If somebody is using, I always say this, like this by no means is a raw goat's milk product because it is shelf stable. So I'm a raw goat milk feeder to my dog, and so I will take the raw goat milk and I'll mix it in with the pumpkin latte. But
Okay.
one of the things that I use this product for that I didn't know before working here was explaining to Christy, the owner, I'm like, my dog is getting me up. And it kind of comes and goes. It's not always like a steady Eddie thing, like every night. But I'm like, she'll get me up at like 3, and her stomach sounds like there's aliens in there. She's got to go outside. She's kind of barfing up like weird, like bile or fluffy, slimy stuff. And she's like, your dog has acid reflux.
Acid
I'm
reflux.
like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? And she goes, take the pumpkin latte. And she's like, some people don't want to give their dog a full meal, like, or a part of a meal at close to bed. She's like, just take some pumpkin latte, mix it, have your dog drink it. And she goes, it's going to go away. And sure enough, it totally works. So if anyone's watching and their dog struggles or cat struggles with that same thing, try the pumpkin latte. But it's just super nice for any kind of digestive issue. The pumpkin and the apple fiber is going to kind of really help slow down that, if they have the diarrhea or constipation, it's going to help either way. So it's a really lovely product, and it smells good.
Good. Okay. Yeah. And how fun for like the fall.
It's amazing. Yes.
Pumpkin spice lattes. You can give your dog or cat some, which is fun. We carry a bunch of different goat milk in the freezer. We have Primal, we have Bones and Co, we have all those guys.
And so that's really cool is like we have people who I had a store and she was promoting that. So she did a little demo. And so she took raw goat's milk and then the pumpkin latte, mixed it, and then froze it into little cute, kind of ice cubey things for the pets to try, which is fun.
Yeah, so, I like that.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Nicole, she's our groomer, and her dog Lucy has been throwing up some, so maybe she just has a little bit of acid, and I'm gonna have to set some of this aside. And you know what? This might be one of
your last one.
This might be in high demand after the video, but we'll be sure to order some. Our order date is Friday, so we would actually have more of this in the shop on Monday. And then if anybody's watching or rewatching later, and you guys want some of that, where did my comment go? The urinary berry supplements. We'll get some of those and add that too. So. It's
just that the products and the supplements are so nice because they don't cost a lot either. So like that pumpkin latte you're showing, I think they're like, what is the retail on it? It's like 20. Yeah. Or 22 something.
$17.99 on this.
Well, then there you go. $17.99. So so it's not, these are just because, supplements don't have to be expensive that are high quality. And I think that that's the fantastic part with our line is that these are really high quality nutraceutical grade supplements, but they don't have to cost a ton. So, a lot of people whose pets may have joint issues with the joint power, it's like $22 for the large jar of it. And it's like, all it is amazing green lip muscle that's been, cold processed. So there's no damage put to it. And you don't have to pay a ton to get, support for your pets. And I think sometimes going to the vet, you walk out and $500 later and like, 2 little bags, you kind of get that sticker shock when you look at natural supplements. You're really getting a nice value.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you brought that up. And, same with going back to these little guys, these trial size samples, for a little dog like Raleigh's size, you only have to give them half of a soft chew.
That's right.
So, these stretch pretty long, and, I like that they're like multifunctional and you can do it daily, or you can just give it situationally as needed. And
Yeah.
so I like that, hemp products, can work for all pets, all ailments, it's.
Yes. Yeah. There's so much that, CBD can do. And there's so many parts of the body that it works on. It works on the immune system. It works on the skin. It works in the brain. Like there's so many parts where, that CBD can help. And it can help bring your pet back to balance and create homeostasis. And even for us, that CBD, taking that, doing something daily, helping reduce inflammation, or joint issues and ailments. It does definitely bring your system back into balance.
Yeah.
In a natural way.
Right.
Yeah.
Talk about, because we haven't discussed like where your guys's manufacturing comes from, like where your ingredients come from and things like that. So do you want to talk about where you guys are located?
Yeah, sure. So our headquarters are in Reno, Nevada, so a little warmer than where I'm at. I'm in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And so there's a couple things. So we get our mushrooms from the Pacific Northwest. So our mushrooms are grown in the United States. So that is something that's very, very important. Our hemp is actually coming out of the Pacific Northwest, Colorado, and then Wyoming as well. So there's different farms that our manufacturer has. So those would be where the farms are located. The peanut butter is actually processed in the Midwest in Indiana.
Okay.
So that's a facility that's a human grade facility. And then our soft chews again also are manufactured in the Pacific Northwest. So we have different facilities that we manufacture for us, but all very high integrity. The person who we get our CBD through is a friend of our owner Christie's since they were in grade school. So it's a really fun story how they reconnected after all these years, and now that's who supplies us. So it's super fun. What else can I say? What other products? Like the green lip mussels coming from New Zealand. So, right, that's like super pristine waters,
right,
where their natural habitat. And so that is being manufactured in New Zealand for us. So other supplements like the shrooms, obviously immune support, that's all in the US.
US. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Can you think of any questions off the top of your head? No. I put that on the spot.
We are also part of the NASC, and so for customers who are watching, that is the National Animal Supplement Council.
Yes.
So we are part of that program, and that's something that keeps us from claiming things do something they don't do. It keeps integrity of what we're putting in the jar is what it says it is, and so that is something that we are part of as a company as well. So that's a nice, important thing to note for customers who are wanting to make sure that there's integrity behind the products. Looking for something with NASC on it is important to look for.
And I was gonna look. Is it?
We don't have it on our labels yet, so we don't have this. Yeah, so we're all through our steps. We're waiting for, and this is due to COVID. We're waiting for them to tour our facility and check off our facility. Okay. And then we can actually put the NASC label on there. But we have gone through all of our checks for everything except the warehouse walkthrough.
Okay.
Yep.
And then you guys are veterinarian formulated. What does that mean?
Yeah, so there's a really amazing gentleman. His name is Dr. Robert Silver, and he's in Colorado. He has been working on the pet endocannabinoid system for the last 30 years.
Wow.
And so he's like he was like cool before this was cool. And he actually helped formulate our hemp products with us. So that is something that all of our hemp stuff has been formulated with a veterinarian.
Cool. Is he exclusive to you guys, or did he help like other places kind of kick off?
Yeah, so just with us. If any of your people watch Dr. Karen Becker, she
Yeah.
actually interviewed him. And so that has nothing to do with Super Snouts. He's just talking CBD in general. But it's a really fun 30-minute little viewing if anybody kind of wants to hear from him about CBD on her website.
Oh, I'll have to look that up. I'll have to
Yeah,
find
it's a fun little video of him. I mean, he's been doing it so long that it's like he's a guru.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sounds like
Yeah.
Oh, was there anything else that you wanted to talk about that we didn't cover?
No, I think that, we kind of have gone through everything about really what makes us different. The water soluble thing is probably the biggest thing I wanted to talk about today, and really hope that consumers understand the difference between a standard CBD oil and when we're writing on the container water soluble CBD, what does that mean? So I hope my visual helped explain that today, and really why it's so important is, the bioavailability. And when you're spending, this much on supplements for your pet, you really want to get the most out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why we believe this technology is the best that you can give.
Yeah. No, I have learned a lot too. And like I said, there's some new products that I definitely want to bring in too after
Yeah.
you about it. Something else that I just saw is that you all donate to rescuing homeless pets. So some of the
We do.
profits go, a portion of all profits are donated. So, and I really like that you're a company that's giving back. So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so as a company, we give back proceeds, and they go to different charities every year. Our owners go through the charities that they feel are most in need, whether that be a rescue, a sanctuary, an ASPCA type thing. So they choose, kind of where we're funding for the year, and where we're going to donate to who needs it most.
Okay, that's really
Yeah,
neat that you guys do that.
it's fun, and some of our like I think one of the charities that we did, our owners just got their new little Malinois puppy from, so we've donated to. It was a rescue that was in Texas, and they got little Malinois puppies that were taken away at 3 weeks from their mom, and being sold, and so it wasn't a great situation, but the rescue got them, and so they went down to Houston and got their puppy from one of the rescues that we donated to. So it was fun.
Neat.
It's really good. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining this Lunch and Learn series.
Thank you.
I think we'll just leave it at that. And if anybody has any questions that maybe I can't answer, I'll certainly reach back out to you now that I have your contact. And I just think it's awesome that we can do these calls. And, even though we can't meet each other in person, it's nice that, we can still help each other out in this way and be able to talk about the products. So we appreciate you so much.
We appreciate all that you as an independent do to help us and our business. And, everyone remember to shop at your local pet store this year. They really need support with what's happening. And we thank you.
Yep. All right, Tammy. Well, you have a good rest of your day.
I will. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.